the lull is about to finish, and it's a case of here we go again. I mean, no two situations are the same, but there's remarkable similarities really between this storm and the one that happened at the beginning of the week. Basically, the next storm is arriving from the Atlantic right now, and it's going to spread a spell of very wet and windy weather in from the west through this evening. We're all going to see a dose of very wet weather, very windy weather, peaks of winds of 60, 70 miles an hour around the coast, and inland 40 or 50 miles an hour. So very disturbed. As I say, we're all going to see some very wet weather, but I want to concentrate really on the rain across the southeast, because that's where the flooding has occurred. That's where the ground is saturated, of course, and the river levels are especially high. So if we zoom in on the southeast, we're expecting in the order of 10 to 20 millimetres of rain. Now, actually, that doesn't sound an awful lot, 20 millimetres towards the coast. But the big question mark is the impact that that'll have on the ground, which is already saturated, the river level's so high. The Met Office is working very closely with the Environment Agency, but the potential there is for the rivers to perhaps rise again a little bit more, just exacerbating the flooding problems across that part of the world. So the rain overnight tonight, first thing tomorrow morning across the southeast, that clears away, and then our attention turns to a squeeze in the winds as we go through the middle part of the day across northern England, North Wales, and into the southernmost parts of Scotland, potentially 70, 80 mile an hour gusts, an amber warning issued from the Met Office. So it looks particularly rough. Obviously, if you are on the move across the northern parts of England into southern Scotland, be aware of that, some really bad crosswinds.
And of course, that's the other big factor with, potentially trees being brought down, more power outages, already lots of properties still without electricity from the storm earlier this week. Yeah. Just talk to us a little bit about the frequency of these storms that we've been having. Back at the end of October, there was the St Jude storm with really strong winds, 3 now in a short period of just over a week, and others since the end of October between then and now. So what's going on? Why are we seeing this frequency of stormy weather?
Well, in the broad scale, the weather gets itself into discrete phases, and we're into what we describe as a very zonal phase at the moment. And that really means that the jet stream is very strong indeed, unusually strong actually, and it has been for some time. So you've got winds way up in the atmosphere of around sort of 200, 300 miles an hour, and that's remarkably strong even for the jet stream. And the jet stream is a little bit like a conductor rod really. Along the path of the jet stream, that's where deep areas of low pressure form. The stronger the jet, the deeper the areas of low pressure. And we are just stuck in a rut of very strong jet stream, low pressure after low pressure after low pressure. And I'm bound to say, Anita, just looking at my charts, that although just running the animation here, that this storm will clear away during the course of this weekend, it is only another lull, another respite, because my charts indicate that next week we're going to see more areas of low pressure coming in. So ongoing concerns about flooding, I'm afraid.
And can you say much beyond that?
Well, as long as we've got this powerful jet stream, at least that is keeping at bay cold winds from the north and the east. So there are no indications of any particularly wintry weather. Yeah, there'll be some snow. There has been over the last few days up over the higher ground of the north, but nothing severe in terms of cold. But the price we pay for that is further wind and rain.